My name is Claire Gallagher, and I'm a nurse. I want to share something with you, something that happened years ago. Something I still wish I could forget. It was at St. Aldwyn's Infirmary, a large, old hospital located in northern England. The building was ancient, with peeling walls and an eerie atmosphere. Parts of the hospital were abandoned, closed off for years. Everyone working there knew about one unspoken rule: never go to the third floor. It was a place no one dared to visit. I was working the night shift. It was a busy night, and we were running out of available rooms. That's when the doctor told me to put a patient in room 308. I had heard rumors about a third floor, of course, but I didn't question the orders. After all, I was just following my duty. The third floor had been shut down for years. There were only a few rooms still in use, and one of them, 308, was said to be haunted. But I didn't believe in that sort of thing. I had no choice but to take the patient there. The elevator groaned as it took me to the third floor. It had that old, familiar smell of dust and decay. When the doors opened, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. The hall was dimly lit, with only one flickering light at the end of the corridor. I entered room 308. The door creaked as it opened. Inside, it was freezing cold, and the air felt thick, almost suffocating. I connected the patient to the monitors, and everything seemed fine at first. But then, something strange happened. The heart monitor suddenly began to beep rapidly. Even though the patient's vitals were normal, his heart rate was spiking far too high for a man who appeared perfectly calm. I checked the monitor again, thinking I had misread it. But it was no mistake. The patient's heart rate was racing uncontrollably. It didn't make sense. I stepped back, but then I heard a sound. A low, faint whisper that seemed to come from the corner of the room. I spun around, but saw nothing. Just the shadows. The feeling of being watched was overwhelming. I decided to check the CCTV feed. What I saw on the screen shocked me. A tall, dark figure was standing in the corner of the room. It was blurry at first, like a glitch, but the figure was undeniably there. I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me. I didn't want to believe it. But then I noticed something else. The curtains in the room were moving, slowly swaying back and forth, as if someone was standing just behind them. I couldn't see anyone, but I could feel their presence. The air in the room felt cold and oppressive. I didn't know what to do. My hands were shaking as I stared at the screen. I knew I had to go back. I had to check the room, but I was terrified. I grabbed my flashlight and headed back to room 308. When I walked in, I couldn't breathe. The room felt heavier than before. The silence was deafening. I walked toward the curtains, my heart racing. I pulled them open, and there was nothing. The room was empty. I turned around to look at the mirror, and that's when I saw it. A figure. Behind me. A tall, dark shape with a burned face and glowing red eyes. And it was smiling at me. Before I could react, the lights went out. everything went black. My flashlight flickered, but the figure was gone. I ran. I didn't care about the patient anymore. I just ran down the hall, hearing footsteps behind me. I could feel it chasing me, getting closer and closer, until I collapsed from fear and exhaustion. The next morning, I woke up in the hospital, confused and disoriented. I had passed out in the hallway. When I asked about the patient, I was told he had died in the night. But that wasn't the end of it. For weeks after that night, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was following me. Every night, I would wake up at exactly 3:17 a.m., the time when the heart monitor had spiked. And sometimes, I would feel something standing at the foot of my bed, watching me. I could still hear its whispers, faint and distant, but always there. Some rooms should remain locked.